Hi ladies, it's Valerie, coming to you from the car. You know that's the easiest way for me usually during the days to vlog, or else I get home and I'm with my husband and it just doesn't happen. So again today, please forgive me, allergies going on. I mean, I've been like having to blow my nose all day. I can't think. So my nose is all stuffy, my eyes are crazy again, but I wanted to get this vlog done, and it's over our Bradley method childbirthing classes that we have just started taking. I'm really excited about them. One thing that I should, and that you probably know, but maybe not, should share with you is that we are really hoping for a natural birth. Really hoping, because I just so believe in doing what's best for our child. It's not about my comfort. It's about, what is best for both me and our child. And I truly believe that natural is the way to go. And again, you may have your opinions, and you may have had, other options, other interventions, inductions, epidurals, C-sections, things like that. And all of those, again, are fine. This is just what we are choosing to do. And I just really believe in being knowledgeable about what you're going into. So again, this is something that for us, it's very important, because we have done a lot of research already, and we just feel that is the best way for us. So we're very hopeful. We're realistic, but we're very hopeful that we can have a natural birth, and that we don't have any, sort of complications or anything. So I know that labor is very unpredictable, so we're going to go into it with as open minds possible, but with every intention to go naturally, without an induction, without an epidural, and all of those things. So anyway, we had our first session this past Sunday. It was really good. There's 2 other couples, so there's 6 of us total. 6 people total, 3 couples total. So our, our teacher, I guess, she's also a lactation consultant, and I'm really excited about that. And she's also a doula, and she also trains other doulas. So I'm really excited to have her as kind of a guide through this. The Bradley Method classes are 12 weeks long. Our particular classes for my location, which y'all know I'm in Atlanta, is $325. And that amount was really heavily considered for us, because, that's a lot of money, especially when you're planning for a child. $325 can buy a lot. So it was really important for us to be making an investment that we felt was a good one, and was one that was going to be beneficial and valuable to us. And I had looked at some of the classes at the local hospital, and the classes there are typically $110. And there are several different classes. There are some that are less, but maybe like $30 or $40. But all of the classes, I think the $110 class is maybe 4 to 6 hours long, and it's just one class. So it's not like, it's not even like it's subsequent sessions. You literally just go there for the day, and that's it. Maybe that includes lunch or something, but I'm perfectly fine paying $325, getting 12 weeks, 2 hours a week, getting the support of this woman who's seen several births and has a lot of experience, and also being able to have her at our disposal as far as being able to email or call, however we'd like, that she is a resource for us. For us, it seemed like the best option. We would have ended up probably paying a similar amount if we decided to take hospital classes, and once we had added up all the classes that we would have needed. And I don't think that we would have gotten as good of information or as good of care, simply because they are employed by the hospitals, and they are going to be more focused on that method and on a lot of the things that happen at hospitals, which our Bradley instructor had sent us several research sheets, and I don't remember the number off the top of my head. I'll have to do another one with the statistics, but the percentages of women who have some sort of intervention, I think it's like over 90%. And they consider intervention also being like even fetal monitoring or an IV, of course, induction, pain relief, cesarean section. So anyway, just a little bit of background. So we went to our class, and our instructor, we introduced each other, and then we kind of looked at the beginning. I am not going to go through this book because I don't know what the copyright laws and all of those things. I don't want to get in trouble, but I don't know I don't know. I will just review it as I can, but we went through the introduction, and it's very, just straightforward that they're not medical. They're not teaching us medicine. Their teaching is about natural birth and normality of birthing. Birthing is a normal thing. You're not ill. You're not, you don't have a disease. You're not, a patient. It's a natural thing that your body does, and they treat it that way. So again, I will be looking down a lot because I'm going to be looking at the book. But we went through the table of contents. We went through all 12 sessions. Our doula, our instructor, I don't know what I'll end up calling her, but she, again, is a lactation consultant. So our second class is all breastfeeding class, which is so awesome because the Bradley method doesn't really teach a full breastfeeding class. There's a class in it, I'm trying to look and see where it is, that touches on it, but she does a whole class, so a whole 2 hours of it, and like I said, again, I'm sure she'll talk more about it throughout all the other classes, and we have her to ask questions, so it's not like a 4 or 6 hour breastfeeding class, but I think that the information that we will get from her in the 2 hours is going to be great. So we kind of went over those. The first class, we discussed ways of handling pain. So she had kind of, very interactively asked us about, times where we may have experienced pain and how we dealt with that pain. As far as, like, if you stub your toe, for example, well, what would you do? Probably vocalize a little bit. You'd probably scream, ouch, or something. I said that, I think one of the other girls, or maybe I said, reach down and, like, put pressure on it, like, touch it, like, you want to, like, to soothe it, kind of, like, put pressure. You might breathe. If it's the middle of the night, you might try to breathe through it instead of vocalizing because you don't want to wake whoever else might be around. So anyway, there were a lot of different pain management things that we had talked about, just as far as, how do you normally handle pain? What do you normally do? One of the things that I had mentioned was visualizing, and I had mentioned this in another vlog, about visualizing conception. When I go to the dentist and I'm having, like, work done on my teeth, because I have awful teeth, I will visualize, like, the beach. Like, I will just lay there and I'm like, I'm at the beach. That's not a drill. I will just visualize the beach, and I don't know, I've been doing that for a couple of years now, just out of habit of that's what I do. So there's a whole list of ways of handling pain, and they have some bolded items that really may help you avoid unnecessary pain, and those things are sleeping, putting pressure on it, abdominal breathing, eating, drinking water, going to the bathroom as far as urinating, walking it off, change position, not lying on back, understanding and education, and to relax. And kind of ending on that relax, there are 3 types of relaxation. So there's physical, mental, and emotional. And so we kind of talked about dealing with physical pain, mental pain, and emotional pain. And I had found, maybe it was in the book, or I can't remember where I saw it. It might have been in here, where it says it can take up to, about 3 months of practicing relaxation to really be able to use it when you need it, and to be able to apply it. I'm trying to see if it was in here. It might have been. Yeah, relaxation takes 3 months of daily practice to have a strong effectiveness in pain management or avoidance. And again, I've had several friends who've gone into birth without any sort of classes or coaching, or like they just think that their body's going to be able to do it. And I completely agree, because again, I feel like our bodies are made to do this. We should be able to do it. However, in this day and age, we are not surrounded by a culture of women who do this naturally. I know that I'm getting a lot of flack from my very own family for thinking that I'm going to do this naturally. And the first words out of my mother-in-law's mouth when we told her the news was, "Oh, you just need to get that epidural." And it was just interesting to me, because she was saying, "Oh, well, you need to eat organic and grass-fed and da-da-da, but get that epidural." And I'm going, you're completely defeating, the purpose of doing all of those things. You're completely defeating eating organically and grass-fed beef and chicken and things like that, when you're, at the very, the most important time of your child's birth. You are, you're short selling not only yourself, but also your baby. So again, these are just my views. These are just my views. No offending, anybody if you don't feel this way. Again, I just feel like for us, we want to be as prepared as possible, to have the best chances. So we talked about, staying low risk, as far as nutrition, exercise, taking responsibility, as far as being informed, educating yourself, and again, relaxing and practicing those. We also talked about, we watched a video, just a really modest birth video, but we watched one of those, and again, we had kind of discussed some of the things that she had talked about with dealing with pain management, and kind of watching, what was done or not done, like kind of critiquing it. So again, that was good. And then I guess the main focus of class 1 are the exercises that you can do. And again, I'm in a car, so I can't really, demonstrate or anything. Not that I necessarily would, but I'll just tell you what those are with the exercises. So we talked about the butterfly exercise, which is basically having your, like if you imagine sitting Indian style, but not like if any of you took dance and you did, that kind of pose where you would, oh gosh, this would be very much better demonstrated. Maybe I will demonstrate. Anyway, it says you sit on the floor leaning back against a wall or furniture, feet side by side flat on the floor. Coach places flats of hands on the outside of her knees and applies resistance while the mother tries to open. And this exercise is really helpful for toning and conditioning your abductor muscles, and enables you to put your legs back more comfortably in the second stage of labor. It helps reduce shaking legs after the birth and unnecessary pain. So what I really like about the class so far and the book is that it's very explanatory. It really explains why these things are important, and really how to do them and what benefits each thing, each exercise can yield. And that's what I find so important, because for me, I don't like to just do something. Like if I know that something has a particular benefit, I will be more likely to do it. So of course they encourage regular exercise, but they also encourage these other ones. The other one is Taylor sitting, and this is kind of like a modified Indian style. And again, if you kind of sit that way, Indian style, and you kind of maybe not rest your legs on top of each other, but just rest them side by side, and you kind of lean forward, it's encouraging the baby to the uterus to move forward, and when that helps to increase circulation and your inner thighs. And maybe I will do a video showing these exercises, maybe not a couple of them, but I'll show you maybe some of them if you're interested in that. I think it might be helpful. Squatting is another one, and it's a wide squat that helps with your, your perineum to stretch, so that it helps to prepare that area, and it helps to kind of avoid tearing. It also helps, it's a common birth position, so again, it's helpful because if your legs are in that position, they will be strengthened, but it helps to also, puts pressure on the uterus to prevent the arching of the back, which interferes with pushing. It shortens the birth canal and increases the outlet of the pelvis by more than 10%. So again, it's really, just a neat thing. So the instructor tells you, instead of bending down to get something, you should squat down to get something, throughout your pregnancy so that you can prepare your body for that. And you should also practice these per day. There's pelvic rocking, where tones and conditions the muscles of your lower back and your abdominal muscles. It relieves pressure from the back. It helps increase circulation, relieves tension, improves digestion. And it helps the baby come forward, which relieves pressure. So this would be the one where you're on your hands and your knees, and you're kind of putting your tailbone, you're sticking it up in the air, and then you're putting it back, you're bringing it in toward you. So, so you're tucking your hips under, and then allowing them to be, do you know what I'm saying? Like, you're on all fours. Let's see how this, relax lower back, allowing pelvis to tilt forward, then level and tuck hips under. So you kind of just do that under and out thing. So, and then Kegels are very important. You guys know what Kegels are. Those are so, so important. Again, in just helping to keep your pelvic floor strengthened. It's going to help with urinary incontinence afterward. It's going to help with, reducing that. And it helps, your uterus and everything just function better at the time of birth. And then it talks about the side relaxation and sleep position. And actually, here's a picture. I don't think I'll get in trouble for showing you a picture of a good, of the position that helps to, as opposed to lying on your back, which kind of hinders your pelvis from opening. This position kind of allows you take the weight off of you kind of align your hips so that they're not straight on each other, but they're kind of, slanted. And again, it helps to open up that pelvic area even more. And then we kind of did a relaxation exercise that we need to be practicing. And that was pretty much the whole first class. I went through it very quickly, but it was really enjoyable. My husband really enjoyed it. What I love about the Bradley method is that it's so husband focused. It's Husband Coach Childbirth is the book that they recommend you to get, which I should have gotten today, but instead I'm a Babies R Us because I'm trying to find a skirt that is comfortable. But anyway, I love that they encourage that, and that the doula basically does like a mini doula training for your husband. And that is so important to me because we want to work as a team, and we both want to be informed. So, all right, that is it for Bradley Method Class 1. And if you have any questions, please leave them below. I'm sorry, it's already Friday. So next week I will try to do the video. Probably not afterward on Sunday, but maybe Monday or Tuesday, so that it's a little closer to the class, so maybe I can have this a little bit more fresh in my memory. But I hope that helps. Let me know if you're interested in this type of vlog. If you're interested in seeing any of the exercises, you could also probably Google them. So, all right, thanks, ladies. Hope you all have a great Friday. Bye.